Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. And I'm back with another recap of Tyler Perry's Sistas, Season 9, Episode 18, Diamonds Are Forever. I don't know, lately it's been taking me a minute to recap these episodes, but rather late than never, right? Right. So let's get into it. So it continues off with Aaron proposing to Karen, and they was just living in the moment. They also did a recap of how they first met. I remember that episode very vividly, how she was going off for him inside the store. And then she went in her car to eat her ice cream, and then he came out to the car to apologize. And she was like, just leave me alone. And then he's like, well, I guess I'll go sit in my truck and go eat my ice cream. She's like, hold on, what car you got? He was like, vanilla. So she took it. She was like, all right, cool. And then it was like, so he's like, girl, get it. So they get in and have a moment. And it was like a good full circle moment because it was like, this man been after her since that time, and he never strayed away. He still stayed 10 toes down behind her. Now look at him, got his family, about to get married and moved to a whole new state. Like it was giving everything it's supposed to give. Meanwhile, Damani calling Sabrina, telling her to get rid of her embryos, that he got back together with his eggs, and it's not a good look for her to keep them. So she was like, "I don't care what you're saying. This is my babies. It is what it is." Click. So it's now the next day. Andy gets to work, and she's having all these neck pains. Fatima meets her in the lobby. She was like, "How did your night go?" She was like, "Ugh, bad." Like she was like, "Your mom." She was like, "How did you know?" Yeah, because she basically slept on her own couch. Her mom basically bullied her in her own house to where to sleep. By this time, Hayden comes to the lobby, talk about, "Oh, your mama said I smell good. She liked the scent of vanilla and cedarwood." And Andy was like, "Leave my mother alone." And then after that, they all went their separate ways. So Andy was telling Fatima, "I guess your mother's and my mom here." She was like, "I guess so." So she gets to her office. Her mom comes in, give her some pecan candies. I guess she made from scratch, like kind of like some pecan clusters or whatever. Pecan, whatever clusters. So she ate a bite of that. She said, "Mmm." And then her mother was like, "So when are you gonna get married? I'm tired of not like showboating you around." Basically telling them, "Oh, look at my daughter." She was like, "Do you even want kids?" She was like, "Listen, I told you, I'm a businesswoman. I ain't got time for that. Like, it is what it is. So you're gonna have to accept it." So her mom went on about her business because she was going to go meet up with her sister and do some things. And she's like, "All right, cool." Andy thanked her mom for the candies and went on by her way. By this time, Fatima and Hayden, they meet with a client in the hallway. Some new basketball star. I forgot her name, but that's the new person they're working with. She started hitting on Hayden, and he was like, "Let's go to my office, sugarcoat everything. Go to my office, and we can talk more things in particular." So as Fatima was about to walk behind him, she grabbed his shoulder. She was like, "Is he single?" She was like, "Girl, he's gay." She was like, "Thanks for the heads up. Thanks for the alley oop." Like, go ahead, Fatima, save her from him, because that'd have been a bad sign. How she's like, "No, he is single," and she tried to pursue him, and she realized how small he really is. It's gonna be like, mm, mm, mm. Yeah, ain't gonna work. So yeah, they did that. By this time, Karen, she's home writing her letters, talking about what she gotta do, talk about emailing clients, signing over the lease and stuff like that. So she had lots to do. Then her baby started cooing, so she started asking her questions, and she was like, "Yeah, that sounds good." Okay, after that, Danny, she's at work. Officer Green supposedly had an altercation at the job, so he was there, so he went to go check her. He's still trying to pursue her. Meanwhile, kind of find out they was texting all night, and she's like, "The only reason I text you like that because I threw my man out." And he was like, "I don't care about your man. Like, we can still, do this type of thing." Okay, he's giving sneaky links on the download. He don't really care. At the same time, Andy's in her office after her mom leaves. He calls her phone, talk about, "I want to take you out on a date." It's totally two different vibes from him. It's like Danny, he wants to come over and hit it. Andy, he basically want to take her out on the town, show her a good time, like proper way. So it's like he's courting both of them. Like, how you really trying to keep it in the sister circle? Like, make it make sense, okay? But anyways, neither one of them is really giving him the time of day. But Andy, she's like in a mood right now, so it's like she's kind of giving him attention, but not fully giving him attention. Andy, she's just like, I'm not dealing with this, and she's like, I'll let you know, whatever. Meanwhile, at this moment, Fatima's in her office. Hayden comes in, they start talking about the other client that they had, and then the client that they just spoke with, faxing over their papers, and she said she'll CC with them, and then Fatima told him to close the door. And basically, Hayden's liking that they're working together. So that's the type of relationship he wished they had from the beginning. But Fatima was like, slow your boat, slow your roll. Okay. So Fatima lets it be known that she needs him to cover all the cases from here on out because she's trying to focus on stuff that she got to do with Andy and do that. But Hayden was like, should I speak to Andy? And she was like, no, I'll figure it out. I'm going to try to figure out how to balance both of these. So they went on about their day. Meanwhile, at this time, Zach meets up with Mr. Keys at the restaurant, decide to have coffee. And Zach basically talks like, what's wrong with my dad? What's up with my dad? Mr. Keys was like, me and your dad got into it about 10 years ago. And I got on him about not being around you. And he went away, he got married and moved to Canada. And he was still trying to like, what's the why? He was like, but good look on you trying to like, intervene and, be on my side. But Mr. Keith was like, maybe he just didn't want to be around. He didn't want to have the relationship with you. And he's like, well, now that I know you and I know of you, maybe we can just be friends. That's all he basically kept saying. Let me find out Mr. Keys is really, really Zach's dad. Like, come on now. I don't know. It's giving that vibe. Like, they look cool, but then I know if that was the case, Zach would be truly, truly hurt. So yeah, he basically I don't think he's sugarcoating it like that's his dad. He's basically his dad's friend. He's giving that vibe. He's been very truthful from what I can tell, and his mannerisms show that as well. So after that, they had a moment. Meanwhile, Sabrina, she's at work, and she's sitting there having a moment. Maurice comes in like, "What's the whole issue?" She basically tells her the issue with Damani, and since they were verbally said that they agreed that the babies are hers. You can't do anything. And since Georgia is pro-life, even though Paige overheard that conversation, she was like, Georgia's pro-life. If you try to get rid of them, you're killing. That's basically murder. You're going to jail. Under the jail. Okay? It's basically as if you took a gun, shot a kid, and killed him. That's basically what it's given. So, yeah, at that moment, had to change her heart. By this time, Sabrina, she done changed and went to work, and Damani comes in and basically tell her, "Oh, sorry," the same thing he tried to tell her on the phone, and she was not going for it. Meanwhile, Danny, she decides to go see Creisha because she starts telling her all the stuff that's been going on between the job, Tony, her body, Andy. Come to find out, after Christian done heard everything, Danny's going through some cortisol level stressor, whatever the case may be. So cortisol is a stress hormone, and the fact that hers is going up and down says a lot, right? As she was sitting there talking to, she started going like this with her shirt, like hot flashes, mood swings, everything, hair falling out. You have a JJ drying out, and it's just like all of that is too much. I think the problem is Tony. Like, once she gets Tony out of her life for good, she'll be okay because she ain't never had that problem until she met Tony. She ain't never had that problem until she met Tony. And all the stresses of him trying to move in with her. And that's not what she signed up for. She ain't even have that problems with Preston. And that says a lot. Yeah. So we're gonna see if she go to the doctor, get that checked out. Meanwhile, Karen goes to the office to talk to Fatima. She basically tells her that she's engaged with her little ring. I mean, it's not little, but that just looked amazing from what I seen. That was good. She congratulated her that. She congratulated her that on moving to Seattle. She told her about Aaron's job. She was like, "All right, cool. Andy should be here soon." So yeah, that was a good moment. And once Andy came in. Fatima was like, I'm gonna give y'all some space to talk so y'all can do your thing. They did that. Um, Andy was, and she was like, so who else knows before Fatima left? She was like, just you and Fatima about her getting married and moving to Seattle. So that's cool. Okay, who would have thought Karen and Fatima would be like on two on this on a separate page on two? How gets on the same page? If I were to get strict, like who would have thought that? Like, come on now. It only took them what 9 months for her to give birth because she was acting the whole fool once she got pregnant. So after she got, but then again, that trauma did make it go whatever. But still, I kind of figured like once she got pregnant, the mood swings, the attitude definitely changed. I think had she not been pregnant this whole time, they probably would have been like this, like this. So after that, Fatima does leave. Andy and her talking, and they was trying to figure out like what's with Danny and her issue. And Andy's saying that maybe she feel like she's jealous of her, and you don't care who I sleep with, but she does, and she's always throwing in my face. No, at this moment you don't know that because you're not really talking to her. Now we figure out what's really wrong with Danny. That could be the cause of why her and Andy are like at each other's heads. But yeah, this is the episode. Next week we're gonna see if some things pop off, which is literally tonight. But knowing me, it probably won't be for another couple of days that I get that video out to y'all. But anyway, nonetheless, like I said, better late than never. Hope you guys enjoyed this recap, and it wasn't too long overdue. I'm trying my hardest, but it's life be life. So it is what it is. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.